body, and here's a true kind of gross fact. Most of the dust in your house is composed of human skin. You guys want to go home and clean your room, right? No. But when snakes shed their skin, they shed their skin in one big piece. And right before they shed their skin, they build up a watery-like substance between their old skin and their new skin, which helps their old skin come off. And their eyes turn up milky color, we call it opaque. They rub their nose on something abrasive, they break open their old skin, and they peel out of it. Now when their skin comes off inside out. It's kind of like taking off a tube sock. It's very easy to break. It's kind of like, it kind of feels like bubble wrap. It's very easy. Now right here, I have another snake skin. And this is from a diamondback rattlesnake. And unfortunately, this is the actual skin of the snake that was killed. Now this skin actually comes of a story. This is from a rattlesnake roundup, and thankfully, many of you don't know what that is, because there's not too many of them left. But in some states like Texas and Oklahoma, they still have them. And it's when people go out, they can catch as many rattlesnakes as they can. There's no laws or regulations on how many rattlesnakes they can catch. They can catch as many as they want. They bring them back to this big fair called the Rattlesnake Roundup. They put them in a big pit. And unfortunately, they play silly games with them. And at the end of that fair, unfortunately, they kill the rattlesnakes. And then the people eat the meat and they sell the skin. So the rattlesnake as a whole doesn't really go to a waste. But why is it bad to go out into the desert and in the woods, take all these rattlesnakes out of the ecosystem? Why is that bad? All right, you're on the right track. You're on the right track.
Their prey, predators, they eat their prey. If more and more rattlesnakes would get took into this fair, their prey would
do what? There you go. The prey would increase. You guys are familiar with the food chain? In the food chain, top predators are on the top, like birds of prey, like bears, cougars, wolves, coyotes, big snakes. They sit on the top of the food chain. These guys eat mice and rats. So if you take out the top predators, there's going to be more rodents, mice, and rats. And mice and rats can eat our crops. They get into our house. They can actually spread disease to us. So although snakes are sometimes scary, sometimes people get bit by a rattlesnake, they're very important parts of the ecosystem. All right, no more sad stories, I promise. Yes? This is from the most common species, the western diamondback rattlesnake. And thankfully, there's not too many rattlesnake roundups left. There are still some, but instead of rattlesnake roundups, people have learned that rattlesnakes are important, so they have educational reptile fairs with presenters like myself, instead of killing rattlesnakes, which is a heck of a lot better. All right, you guys ready for another snake?
I did one.
Now before you guys say anything, what's your first impression of this snake? What's your first impression? Not a garter snake. Oh, you're close.
Looks like a coral snake.
But some people think it is a milk snake.
It looks like a coral snake.
There you go. But that's the word I'm looking for. It looks like a coral snake. Now, coral snakes are very venomous. And some snakes look like coral snakes because predators don't mess with coral snakes or snakes of similar pattern. Now, this is a milk snake. It's a Pueblo milk snake. Now, how do you know it's a milk snake and not a coral snake, besides me telling you it's not?
Black and white. No. Black and red.
Good job.
Dead.
There's a little rhyme that goes
Red
with
and
it.
black.
Some coral snakes have whitish bands, so does this Pueblo milk snake. But the rhyme goes like this. Most of them have yellow bands. Referring to the bands in the snake, if red touches yellow, kill it, fellow. If red touches black, you're okay, Jack. What color does
Red
red
and black,
touch?
red and yellow. That's what it
It's
is.
black, so you're okay, Jack. You know, this is not a venomous coral snake, but a harmless milk snake, or some king snakes look like this as well. And that's a great rhyme to use, but it only works here in the United States. Do not take that rhyme with you to other countries, especially the tropical Americas. There's coral snakes down there come in all different colors. All right, I will bring this nice Pueblo milk snake around, and you guys can pet him. pack that right up. I missed you.
Okay, Riley, you gonna pet this one? We know Hunter's gonna pet the snake.
No, he won't.
You won't pet the snake this time?
He pet the first one.
You pet the second one too.
All right, here we come, guys. Have your hands ready.
Oh, Riley even petted it. Steve, you got to now, otherwise.
Just similar. All right, watch out, guys. Take a little pass for me.
Riley, you were brave. You petted the snake this time.
Remember, guys, stay where you are. I'm going to come to you. We'll get to it. Good time. For you. But before I put this milk snake away, I want to mention that there is a lizard out there called a legless lizard. Maybe you've heard of him before.